In the Judean desert stands a fortress unlike any other, a towering symbol of defiance, sacrifice, and the human will to resist. It was here, atop the mountain fortress of Masada, that nearly 1,000 Jewish rebels made a choice that would go down in history. Under siege by the mighty Roman Empire, their choice was life, liberty, or the unthinkable, death. Today, we uncover the gripping and tragic story of the siege of Masada. To understand the history of Masada, we must first go back to its origins. This natural fortress, a 1,300-foot-high plateau rising steeply from the desert floor, was fortified by King Herod the Great in the 1st century BC. Herod, fearing rebellion and invasion, transformed Masada into a nearly impenetrable refuge complete with storehouses, an intricate water system, and lavish palaces fit for a king. But it was not Herod who would make Masada infamous. Decades later, this fortress would become a final refuge for Jewish rebels resisting Roman rule during the First Jewish-Roman War. In 66 AD, a massive revolt broke out across Judea. Jewish insurgents, angry at Roman oppression, high taxes, and the desecration of their religion, rose up to fight back. It was the beginning of a bloody struggle that would lead to the fall of Jerusalem, and eventually, a desperate last stand at Masada. With Jerusalem destroyed in 70 CE and the temple reduced to rubble, Jewish resistance was shattered. But one group of rebels refused to surrender: the Zealots. Led by Eleazar ben Yair, a charismatic and fearless leader, nearly 1,000 men, women, and children fled to Masada. Here, in this remote fortress, they hoped to outlast the Romans and preserve their freedom. The Zealots were no ordinary warriors. They were driven by a burning hatred of Roman rule and the belief that it was better to die free than to live under the chains of tyranny. But the Roman Empire brooked no defiance, and the powerful General Flavius Silva was sent to crush this last pocket of resistance. What happened next was a testament to Roman determination and engineering genius. The natural cliffs of Masada made a direct assault impossible, but Silva was relentless. He ordered the construction of a massive siege ramp, an artificial slope carved from stone and earth that extended almost to the height of the fortress itself. It was months of grueling work under the harsh desert sun, but the Romans pressed on. Inside the fortress, Eleazar and his people watched in horror as the ramp approached, knowing their time was running out. Supplies dwindled, hope faded, and still, the Zealots refused to surrender. The night before the Roman invasion, Eleazar ben Yair gathered his followers. What choice did they have? Surrender meant slavery, humiliation, and death for their families. In a harrowing speech, he implored them to choose freedom over captivity. "Let us die," he said, "not enslaved by our enemies, and leave this world as free men." The rebels made a dark pact. They would die by their own hands rather than fall into Roman chains. The men drew lots, each tasked with ending the lives of their loved ones and then their own. When the Romans finally breached the walls at dawn, they were met with eerie silence. The Romans found the fortress strewn with dead. Only 2 women and 5 children hidden in a cistern survived to tell the tale. The siege of Masada marked the end of organized Jewish resistance against Rome, but its testimony would endure. For centuries, Masada has become a symbol of courage, sacrifice, and the relentless fight for freedom. Today, Masada stands as a reminder of a people's determination in the face of impossible odds. It is a story of defiance and tragedy, where life, death, and freedom collided on the edge of a desert cliff. Thanks for joining us. If you found Masada's story as moving as we did, be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon for more incredible stories of defining moments in history. What would you have done in their shoes? Let us know in the comments below.